Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Nashtaters, and welcome back to another day, another episode of War of the Visions. And it's happy Wednesday to all of y'all, because it is quite a happy day for me, and it should be a quite happy day for you, because oh my goodness, there's a lot of free stuff, right? And on top of it, there's more bonus material that they decided to surprise with that they didn't mention on Monday. And I think that's always why I created the idea of Happy Wednesday, because ultimately they love to give us surprises. So we're gonna go over all that information. I'm gonna do a bunch of summons for y'all because, you know, hey, we gotta celebrate. And then of course I'm gonna do some news cleanup because, well, some of them definitely warrants a little follow-up in terms of news. So let's go ahead and get it started. Okay, news cleanup first and foremost. So for the winner that's going to be announced on Friday during the live stream, I just want to reassure that person, whoever it is, because the contest is still going on, you still have up to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to put your entry in the comment section of that specific video if you're interested. Just make sure you put your comment and of course put a number between 1 to 200. Now, I'm going to be still maintaining that account up to the point where I hand the account over. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the Chocobo expedition to the new stuff, which will be, I believe it's called something. What is it called? Sealed Cave. So you're still going to be getting lots of shards, as you will, for the Cecil. And of course, I don't want to assume this person's building or not building. I just want to make sure they get everything possible. I'm going to log in and get all their rewards every day. And of course, just do what I need to do in terms of maintenance. Okay? And so that's that. Don't worry too much about it. Next part is, I'm really glad that more and more people are making videos in response to what's going on in Japan, especially with the banner situation. I'm glad I not have to go furthermore to dive into the situation, because like I said, my initial stance is I want to stand neutral, because I don't know how much evidence is out there for me to really make my final assessment. And I don't want people to misconstrue the idea that just because I stopped spending money is because I'm angry at the companies. I'm not, right? I'm clearly not. And I think people are misunderstanding that. If people are actually if they actually care about all that. But for those of you who do care, just understand that I don't need to summon anymore in terms of things that I don't care for anymore, right? Like, I feel like I have plenty of units that I need to work on. I feel like there's no need for me to keep getting newer units. And the only thing I really want to think about maybe is working on and maybe getting some of the vision cards that specifically caters to the way I want to continue playing this game. My only reservations currently is really, I'm still uncertain about what's going on in JP in terms of the level cap increase. I want to make sure I have a much clearer understanding, and that's going to take some time to do. And once I get a full grasp of it, then I'll decide whether or not to chase after specific units, vision cards, etc, etc, etc. So me stop spending doesn't mean I'm angry or I want to quit the game. You know, I still love the game. I just want to make sure I stick to my style of play. All right, I think that's all the news cleanup. Let's go over all the new stuff that's going on right now in terms of changes that we didn't see on the Monday news. So, event medals, as you can see, I want to go over this really quickly though. I don't need to go over too much. You can buy all this stuff, right? This is all assuming that this stuff is going to be needed to craft a shoulder pad. Definitely need to get these things, regardless if you're going to be building Cecil or not, because you don't want to regret it later on if you decide to build them much later on, because you're going to need these to maximize them. Then of course the rest of the stuff, let me see, anything's worthy of mentioning. You just kind of buy whatever you feel like you need, right? That's pretty much it. So here's the thing, 80 shards here that the game didn't really mention in terms of, you know, they're free basically, because you play the quest, you get earn medals, boom, you get 80 shards. And that's very important, because we're going to go over quickly the other areas to which you can gain free shards. Challenge, boom, right here. They already mentioned this, 120. And you get a bunch of rainbow stuff. But this is something I don't think they mentioned. Either that, I missed it myself. You get additional 1,000 gems, and you get additional 40 unit shards. My understanding was the other source of 40 shards is during this. In which case, let me show you real quick. This is the only thing I thought that I saw, okay? I could have easily missed the bingo part, but let's go ahead and count it up. 120 from the major bingo, 40 from the smaller bingo, and 40 for this. So that's going to be 200 shards. Plus 80 shards from the metal. So that's 280 shards you're guaranteed. Free. Okay? All you got to do is play the game. So you need 600 shards to max him. In the Chocobo expedition, I don't know what the raid is for this. There's no way to determine that, honestly. But so far, I've gained 2 shards off of 60 slots for my main account. So that's a tiny data that's not worthy of really like trying to figure out the raids. But let's say you get an average of say 3. Okay, I think that's fair. 3 out of 60. That means roughly 10 minutes per, not counting the fact that you can use expedition tickets. Then you're looking at a potential, well, by the way, there's 28 days or 27 days of this going on, right? It's actually 28 because it includes today, I believe. So 28 days, let's say you get 5 per day for free. Quick math here. That's 5 times 25 is 125, so roughly about 140. So that means you get 280 plus 140. You're looking at 440. So somewhere along the line, you need to get 160 shards. This is where the shop comes in, clearly. But I do want to give a small advice. At least this is a strategy that I'm figuring out may apply to others. I don't think you really need to do this. Keep spending gems to buy more shards. And my recommendation is definitely do not do this yet. Here's how I'm looking at it, right? You may get more from the Chocobo expedition than you expect, or you may get a little bit less. But I think you're pretty much going to average maybe like 2 to 5 a day. I think that's a fair assessment. So if that's the case, then that means you'll probably get this unit to almost limit break 4, right? Because you will need 400. Yeah, you can have a potential to almost get to limit break 4 without even having to use your gems. So essentially, if you bought these too early and you're going to continuously get more shards of him, they're just going to be converted to Mog metals. If that's something you're looking forward to, great. But in order for you to save gems, wait till the last few days to decide to spend extra Visuals to buy these. And I think that's a fair strategy, even if you're a pay-to-win player or a heavy spender or whatever you want to call yourself at this day and age. So I think that's a good strategy to employ, at least in my opinion, right? So the rest is up to you if you want to do it or not. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep farming as many free shards as possible. Even if I see them in the shop, I will not be spending any gems to buy his shards until perhaps maybe the last week, because you still should have plenty of time to cycle through the shops, and then of course Whimsy Trigger. Now bear in mind, we are going to get Rosa and Kane that could potentially remove him or have a decreased chance of him in the shop. I think that's the only thing people might put in the comment section. But keep in mind, as long as you have the Whimsy Triggers and you own the unit, the 3 is always going to be there for you. So you just have to kind of do a little number crunching yourself to see exactly how many you need, maybe by halfway, and then you can kind of adjust accordingly. Alright, so that's fair. These quest lines are super easy. I haven't got to play with the music on, so I'm going to definitely do that once I get off making this video and kind of just see the music they're employing. Maybe they're Final Fantasy IV music. I'm not sure yet, but that would be a very nice touch, as they always do with some of these collaborations. So nothing special there, I believe. And I think the only thing to mention is you are going to get unit experience up in terms of farming story mode. I think for the most part, there's not much to talk about other than everything that they already mentioned, right? I mean, the shop is pretty self-explanatory. And I think this is for spenders if they want to actually just get a level 99 right out of the gate. Water is going to be, yes, water day, so get your Eldar and get your Glacial. So, and then for those who are spending as well, here you go. You get additional tons of more shards of the unit that you want. That is it. That's all I'm going to need to cover. I think there are some quality of life changes, but for the most part, they're nothing too exciting. We still don't have the equipment one button press, and I haven't tried multi yet to see if the animation can be turned off. I think it is, and that is going to be exciting news for me. So let's go ahead and jump right to summons, because they are implementing a banner in which you can summon Cecil. Yep, there it is. You can definitely still get more copies of him. Kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird because we're getting free copies. What will be the rationale to even summon on this? I don't know. Whatever it is, whatever it is. Another 2-step, guaranteed 100 shards. This is freaking awesome. I think maybe I need to consult my guild to see what are in there. Like if there's gonna be, well, at this point there's no new UR Vision cards, so there's. See, the thing is, I'm already done. I'll show you my situation here. I'm already done with a Gaon. Ironically, I need one more shard. I spent some of my gold to try to get one shard from the normal summons. I was unlucky, so I just need one more shard, and I don't feel like spending 90 gems or 150 gems to get, what, 3 of them, and 2 of them would just be carried over. I know I'm really stingy and really cheap, to be honest. But this is essentially is done, right? And so I have another summon ticket in which I can get 100 shards for Odin. So that essentially means that I'm going to be at 110. So that's 3 more days from the, was it Guild Metal Shop? Then I can max this. But I'm contemplating of not spending the 100 on Odin because I can keep farming the guild. Why not? Why would you not farm that, right? Before I move on to Shiva or Tetrasulfid. So the option here is target Trousseau or target some other ones that is a really good card in the game that you don't need, that you cannot farm. In other words, you can farm Odin, you can farm Shiva, and you can farm Tetrasulfid, but you cannot farm anything else at this time. So I think it's more wise to use the 100 shard selector ticket on Trousseau, because Trousseau is a very powerful card. And I think is there, like, even Dashing Snow would be a good option. So I gotta have to give that a little thinking, because I definitely plan on buying the 2-step summons, because I want to keep gathering these shards, because I still have, I think, 5,000. I have 5,000 paid gems left from the spending that I did on Little Lita banner. And this other thing is, I think this is kind of neat that they decided to give us the Chocobo card with Eldyra as the featured unit. I think that's great. I think that's a nice little touch, because a lot of people who were missed out on Eldyra now have the chance to get Eldyra as a bonus, in addition to trying to get the Chocobo card. Now I mentioned, if you already have the House of Beov card, or let's just say a Ramza card. If you already have the Ramza card maxed out, you don't need the Chocobo card. There's no need, because you're going to get less agility with this card. But if you don't own that card, this is a great card to be summoning for. And this is a very nice touch, Mr. Hiroki. More summons. So 150 summons, and you can accumulate these. Every time you see this here, you can accumulate them. So we can save up 150 summons for one day, or you can just keep doing 10 per day. I do have 4 tickets here, so essentially I can get 1 guaranteed UR Vision card, and that's what I'm going to be summoning right here. Let's go ahead and get it going. So realistically speaking, any Vision card that I don't own, that I'm currently working on, besides a Gaon, I don't think AI is in this banner anyways. So I have 4, so let's get it going here. Hopefully I get actually just a straight up UR from it, because I will be going overboard with it anyways. So it's gonna go to waste. Well, I mean, going to waste is not the good word usage. It's gonna be, I miscalculate, in other words, because I always forget that the final day is actually on Wednesday, not on Tuesday, like all the other events and things like that. So no URs. So the next one is guaranteed, so then I'll have 1 carried over, which is fine, because if I don't use it, I lose it. And it's 30 paid gems, so it's not like breaking the bank or anything. Oh! Yes! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to burst your eardrums. I will have to put a warning sign. Nice. One thing I forgot to do was buy a lot of that shard, and like a dumbass, I didn't do it. I don't know why. I summoned him, spent the 10,000 busy orders, and for some reason I didn't buy any of his shards in the shop. So that's actually a card that's a Vision card I was actually hoping to get, to be honest. Alright, this is the bonus card. Alright, that's a great card still, because my Shiva is not maxed yet. So what I'm gonna do is do my free summons here just once, and then I think I'm gonna save the 14 summon for one video in the future. So today we're gonna just do this for free. Don't really care what I get, right? It's free, so anything is good. It's all bonus material. Ooh, Bursting Spirit. That card's really not that exciting, but maybe become a little better in the future because of the fact that everyone's going to be doing more than 9,990 damage, right? Because of the level cap. So, okay, cool. Not too bad. Alright, I think that's all the time I have for this video. I hope you guys have good luck if you're going to decide that you want to summon for Kane and Rosa next week. And, you know, we're going to be talking about the raid. I think it's called Trial Reckoning, actually, for the spears and the UR bow. So we'll talk about all that stuff when it comes. This Friday, don't forget, I'm doing the stream, and then we're going to be farming for the shoulder pads together as a group, having some fun, chatting it up. Of course, we're going to be announcing the winner. Remember, time is your most valuable resource, okay? More so than money. So spend it wisely. As always, take care of yourself, all your loved ones. Nashtaters and his family out of here. Peace out.